Service Alberta Minister Stephanie McLean says her government would never be as wasteful with taxpayer dollars as the Federal Minister of Health, Jane Philpott, has been. McLean told the Canadian press that her NDP government is much different than those wasteful Redford PCs. She said, "It is certainly important for us to show a different face, a different government, one that cares about every dollar and cent that is being spent, and to follow through on that commitment by letting interested parties know how it is being spent without going through a lengthy freedom of access request." End quote. So really, hold on here. 2 weeks ago, we found out that NDP MLA for Red Deer South, Barb Miller, spent $4,800 on coffee pods in 3 months. 3 months. Sure, it was on her published online expenses, no access to information request required, but that might make it worse. Anyone should have found it. Barb Miller has faced no consequences for abusing taxpayer money in her constituency office this way. No sanctions, no punishment, nothing. Is that the follow-through Minister McLean is talking about there? And then the week after that, I brought you the story of Marilyn Smith. She's the chair of the Calgary South Mental Health Review Panel. She's a bureaucrat with the Ministry of Health, and she hires a town car to drive her to meetings in southern Alberta all over the place, sometimes costing the taxpayer over $1,000 for a single trip. She ran up nearly $27,000 in limos in 2015 alone, and she's not slowing down in 2016. She still loves her limos despite Alberta Health's promises to curb her behavior. She makes limousine liberal Jane Philpott look like a super coupon clipper. And again, I found all these charges in the online expense reports, open for the public, and if the NDP wanted to look, they could have too. But they didn't because they don't care. If the NDP were serious about accountability, they would have done something about these expenses. And they would have found these abuses of taxpayer funds well before I ever did. And they'd have had consequences waiting for these entitled takers. But they didn't. The NDP aren't watching the pennies going out. They're looking for ways to spend the pennies coming in. Sorry, Minister McLean. You're at least the same as Redford, if not worse. And I say this as someone who literally rejoiced the day Redford resigned. There was at least backlash and accountability for Redford from people within her own caucus. Some people in that caucus still had a shred of dignity left. But the NDP, none of you are doing the right thing. For the Rebel.media, I'm Sheila Gunn-Reid.
Thanks for watching. Click here to never miss a Rebel update. Want even more of the Rebel? Well, click here to become a premium member.